Hey, welcome back, guys. Quick update here. I made some quick progress. Suddenly, I didn't think I was going to be able to get this far or this fast. Um, that last update was only a couple days ago, but I had a brainstorm. So let me run this real quick, and this is not going to take forever. Only maybe 5 minutes. So what I did here is I have a fighter. Okay, and I have a wizard. I added a wizard down here, so this guy's on the same team as you. It's going to be a party of four, I guess. There's going to be two wizards and two fighters. So I'll put another wizard here, another fighter here. We'll have our party of four. Because I did some thinking, and this will not work with one character. We need a party. This is an RPG. And so I drew this guy out, I think yesterday after I made the video. Day after I made the video, drew this out real quick yesterday. Didn't take too much time. Maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes. As you can see, he has a wand, and he's a little bit smaller than the fighter who's carrying the sword. And this serpent I don't like very much, so I might change it to a better looking serpent, if possible, to make it more round, more of a coiled look. But that's the least of my worries right now. So what I needed to do next is, I sat down a little while ago and I programmed in the wizard. Okay, and then I wasn't about to stop there. I wanted to stop, but that's not the way you get programs written. You have to keep pushing ahead. So I had to rework the program, and I'll show you the code in a minute. And what I have is a final product here. You want to call this a tentative matchup here. So I don't know how many of you have ever actually played Ultima, um, but your party, when you have a conflict between a foe, each party member takes a turn, depending on how your party is ordered. And for my game, it's just going to be from top to bottom. So right now I only have two characters. So you can only perform one action per move. Okay? So this guy, he can either go forward, he can either take a step in one direction, doesn't matter which direction. Same with this guy, or he can use a weapon. So in the case of this guy, all he has right now is a sword, so he's too far from the snake to do anything with his sword, so he's going to take a step forward. And he just took a step forward. I'm going to have to increase that increment because that's not far enough. I'm going to have to double that. But if he were close enough to the snake, he could take a swing at him with a sword. And that would constitute his action. Same thing with the wizard. Now, the wizard is very weak when it comes to strength. So he could take a step, or if he has an appropriate spell, he doesn't need to take a step. He would just cast his spell. And if you look at a few videos back, I went through the spell list. This is a separate program from that, so I don't have access to that right now. I have to piece this all together because there's no way to incorporate these programs that I know of If anybody knows of a way to incorporate a program into another program on Color Basic with the Color Computer 1, or let me know. I'm not sure of any good way. What I mean is I can't insert this program line into another program that I know of without first loading the program and typing it in manually. I don't, it would be, you know, but with the limited editing capability, in my opinion, is very poor for this computer. Um, I doubt if that's even a possibility, but if it is, if someone knows, let me know. So, but the wizard would want to cast a spell, so I would cast and be done, and then the snake would move. But all I have right now is a forward motion, so now the wizard's going to take a step. So my party has used its, turn, and now it's the turn of the foe. So the foe is going to move, and the foe moved back. Okay, and then the cycle starts all over again. But this is as far as I've gotten. I just need to, and if you bear with me, maybe I can do it right now. If we go into the keyboard, it's only programmed for forward motions, so the snake moves back, but that's not my concern. My concern is starting the cycle over. So right here where it says S equals S plus 1, if I edit that line and I can say if S equals 4, then no, that won't work. Let's just leave it the way it was. S equals S plus 1, and now if we don't want to go past 4, if S equals 4, then S equals 1. This should work. So my knight, my fighter goes forward, my wizard goes forward, the snake goes back, wizard goes forward, fighter goes forward, wizard goes forward, snake moves back. So now we have a working, see this happening here, guys? The snake keeps backing away. And we have a sequence going on here. And this is crucial to this game, the way it's going to function. So this is it for now. I said 5 minutes. It's been a little past 5 minutes. Like I said before, whatever you think you're going to need, double it. But I want to, when this guy does cast a spell, I'm thinking about having this border blink somehow to denote that a spell is being cast, and the effects of the spell and everything else is going to be spelled out on a separate graphic screen. A separate text screen. So, for instance, it'll say something like wizard casts kill, and then it'll say the damage done and whether the damage done and things like that, and then it'll return to the graphic screen, because that's a lot better than in my case. I don't want to go through making a font, which will take forever. I want to do this the fastest way, so in most of my games I do switch back and forth between the text screen, so that's the best route for this game. So damage done and things like that will be listed on the text screen, and it'll go immediately back to the graphics screen. So I said I was going to show you the code, and I will. I didn't change much, but there's a few crucial things. It's a fighter and not a knight. He has a sword. So there's a condition line, and as I said, each character has an S value. The fighter is 1, so everything is subscripted. It takes care of everything. I don't have to do a thing. I changed the strings to all be uniform. They just say Sprite $sign with a subscription of S, and everything follows this order. Very simple. Before it was all messed up. Now I don't have to do anything. I have the wizard icon, the border, the snake icon, and again, it begins with a condition line. We want to start somewhere, and then we have to go sub and define BM $sign. Without that, BM $sign will not change, so that has to be redefined every single time. And as well as in the keyboard function, what we do is when we do move forward, we are erasing the current sprite with C0. We're adding an increment of 5. We're redefining BM $sign and reapplying the sprite with C1, which is white. C0 is an eraser marker, and we're replacing it in its new position as denoted by BM $sign. S begins at 1. It goes from the fighter to the wizard to the snake. The snake is 3. Once it hits 4, it resets. If it hits 4, I should say, it resets back to 1, and we go through the entire thing over again, giving us a functional game here. And guys, if you have any questions or comments, don't hesitate. It only took 28 lines of basic. It's not hard to do. I don't know what level you guys are at, but I'm getting up there. Definitely about intermediate. I don't really know what I'm considered right now. I'm not an expert, but I'm getting there. It's been 3 years now, and you can't just do this without any formal any knowledge other than without any formal knowledge or training. Basically, I got my knowledge, most of it, by just reading the manual and, just, trying to implement each chapter in my own way. I don't know. I'm lucky. I had a vision when I started this, and it works out. It's working out for me. Other than that, a lot of my viewers have been, pivotal for me. I've learned that way. There's a lot of things I never would have figured out if it wasn't for my viewers, and you guys know who you are. And I do thank you for that, because, the whole P copy thing, I never would have figured that out in 100 years, because the material's not out there on the internet anywhere. So I'd like to be a source, and there's certain other things that you guys helped me with. Without this channel, I wouldn't have gone this far. I don't think I would have lasted this long. So now I'm at the point where I want to make this a working game. I don't know how long it's going to take to actually get the fight to work here. It's going to take several weeks, I'm imagining. This was the easy part, or maybe this was the hard part. I don't know. Nothing is easy in programming. It takes a lot of work and you have to be persistent. So, you know, putting this whole thing together is going to be interesting. It's just going to take a heck of a lot of work, and I may reach back out to you guys for more advice, but I like the comments I'm getting, and I like that people are watching the full video now, or most of it anyways. Before I was getting people that would watch, 5 seconds of a 20-minute video, and that doesn't do much justice to the time that I put in to make these videos, and, nobody has to do anything, but it's nice. To have someone sit down and actually watch the whole thing. I try not to be redundant and I try to give good advice. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. And I will see you soon. Okay? Take care.